good people? Merry Christmas. I gotta start this vlog off by saying Merry Christmas, man. It's right around that time. Matter of fact, Christmas Eve is tomorrow. I'm not gonna front. I haven't really been consistent with these vlogs over the years. This is the first time like I'm really taking this shit serious and really sticking to it. Gonna see this shit all the way through. And I'm starting with episode 1. Obviously, man. This is the first episode of my official podcast. It's called Get Connected. The Get Connected podcast, man. We're gonna be talking about a lot of different topics on here, man. We're gonna be talking about current issues going on right now within music and the entertainment industry. We're gonna be talking about different stories and stuff that I've been through and the different people I've met along the way and my experiences with them. And we also gonna be talking about, well, we actually gonna be on here reviewing music too, man. You know how I normally do the music reviews on my Instagram live. We're gonna be doing the music reviews on here as well. We might even do some interviews. You never know, man. But this is the first episode. Let me cut this music down. Yeah, man. I don't know really how to do this, but look. Let's start off by saying rest in peace, Slim 400, and rest in peace, Draco the Ruler, man. That happened recently. That's like the most recent, like, tragic thing that happened. So I want to start off by saying that. I'm not gonna front. I wasn't the biggest. I'm not gonna say I wasn't the biggest Slim 400 fan, but I'm gonna say I really wasn't up on too much Slim 400 music. Like, I heard a couple verses here and there. The shit was fire, but I never really dived into his whole catalog. I started brushing up on some of his stuff after I heard that he passed away. I was already up on Draco the Ruler. I was actually rocking with his movement. It seemed like he had Cali on lock, man. But shouts out to, well, actually, rest in peace, Slim 400, and rest in peace, Draco the Ruler, man. But let's dive into the vlog. You know what I mean? The first topic we gonna get to. Rudabang, man. That's my homie from Cleveland, Ohio. I feel like Rudabang is one of the best rappers out of the, one of the best artists. I'll say that. One of the best artists out of the Midwest right now. I was going to say Cleveland, but nah, I'm going to say the Midwest, man, because I feel like Rudabang, if you never heard of Rudabang, go look him up, man. Rootabang, Rudabang. But yeah, I feel like he's one of the best out of the Midwest right now, just because he got that young nigga energy. You feel me? That's needed right now, especially from an artist from the Midwest. You know what I mean? He's kind of filling a void right now. So he just dropped a project. Actually, we dropped it like a month ago. It's called look, man. See, that's how it goes to show you I smoke too much weed, man. It's called Business Transactions. I got my notes over here too. I never really did like a serious vlog like this before, man. It's my first time really doing it. So I got my notes just in case so I don't lose track. You know what I mean? It remind me of what's going on and what's what and who's who. You feel me? But the project that we got out right now, it's actually an EP. It's 3 songs. I know an EP is normally 5 songs, but this project is actually something that we did in one night. All right, I've been up on Rudabang's music. I've been a supporter for the longest, even before I met dude. From the first moment I heard his song, Money Long, that was the first song I heard from him, and I actually took it upon myself to break the record in Cleveland, Ohio. I was spinning at this place called Tequila Ranch on West 6. If you ever been to Cleveland, if you know anybody that's from Cleveland, they know about Tequila Ranch. Matter of fact, I got it up here in the background, Tequila Ranch. I was there. I broke the record. I hit him up. I asked him would he come out, be like a special invited guest or like a special host or some shit like that, and he agreed. He came out, show love, and we've been cool ever since. And you know, he was in Atlanta recently, and we was just kicking it like, yo, man, we should just do a project. It's like some random shit. We just went to the studio one night, knocked it out, and there you have it, Business Transactions EP. Check it out, man. Matter of fact, let me play one of the songs from the project right now, man. I feel like this project is different from all the other stuff that I've done. Most of the projects that I've been putting out, like I say, like the past 3 or 4 projects that I put out have been like straight boom bap, heavy sample, you know, like real gritty hip hop type of music. This is more like trapped out for the streets, heavy auto tune usage, heavy 808s. You feel me? So let me play a track from the project, man.
Let my little bitch so I look like a bachelor. I bought a brick and I fit it like spatula. Then with the sleep with a hun in my mattress. Like a little bitch cause she dressed like an actress. Come out the trenches, you know she the baddest. Hit on my niggas, they happy on rapping. Keep it 100, I got it, you got it. Hired some thug, yeah, I'm fresh out the cell. Know these for niggas was hoping I fail. I got the work and put that on the scale. Bottom my wood, got knocked with a bill. Tricking on bitches, that's not how I live. You know how I come, but you know how I feel. Got in the boogie, I got me a deal. You saw me, they got me, come get you an L. Little bitch, cause she don't understand that. I can't be playing around on the ground. Posting our pictures, exposing our business. Do you understand that's not how I am? Go see the fellas, I'm back on the road. This been a 30 on the designer clothes. Stop all that faking, you might get exposed. She see a Rudy, you know that she chose. Brother, but listen, you know I'ma kick it. Somebody OD and they said that I did it. I got the rock, hit it, hot in the booth, shoot it, pull up skirt, all my niggas got work. Throw them bangs, all these hoes gon' twerk. Turn up the essence, I feel like a wrestler. Let my little bitch so I look like a bachelor. I bought a brick and I figured like
So yeah, like I said, the EP is called Business Transactions, man. I feel like it's the hardest shit out right now. Other than that, what I've been working on is, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this artist named Daryl The Goat, but he's actually signed to Say Cheese, man. Say Cheese TV, Sean Cotton. But yeah, Daryl The Goat is hard. He's from Griffin, Georgia. Griffin, Georgia is like an hour from Atlanta. Yeah, so I met Daryl The Goat through my homie said Louis. He introduced me to Daryl The Goat. And from the first moment he played me his music, I'm like, yeah, dude, I gotta work with you. So what I ended up doing was producing an entire album for him. You know, me and my homie Laveau, we knocked out a whole album for him. And he actually has a project dropping within the next couple of weeks. So I have one song that I produced on his new project that's about to drop. And then other than that, we got like a whole album by ourselves just on ice. All right. So the world is gonna hear that real soon, man. But I'm really excited about that. Honestly, I'm so excited about that project with Daryl that I don't know, it just reminds me of like that energy and that spark, that invigoration and shit that I had when I first started producing music, man. Like, I don't know if y'all know or not, but like the first artist that I ever produced for was Machine Gun Kelly, you know? I don't know, like it was just a special time, you feel me? That's kind of like where I hone my skills at, working with Machine Gun Kelly. And I realized at that point that my specialty was like working with artists early on in their career and helping them find their sound early on in their career. So that's basically what I'm doing with Daryl The Goat, you know? And the music that we've been cooking up has been phenomenal. So yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play some of that. I'm gonna play some of that for y'all too, man. Let me see. What record can I play for y'all? We got this record called Long Live AJ. That's actually one of my favorite ones. I produced it with my homie 1500 Smoke, my homie Laveau, yeah, and 007 Tay.
I've been through pain, long little AJ, shit ain't the same. Niggas starting to hate, never wanted to fame, but from Hydra came. AJ just died and I ain't gon' lie, fuck me up. He died from COVID, like what the hell? Lil' man had died when I did 15 days in that cell. I'm tired of going to jail, keep a hoe, can't get no bail. I'm trying to switch it up and be different, cause doing the same things ain't working. I'm trying to talk less and listen, I understand everybody ain't perfect. A lot of people really make me nervous, that's why I keep a drum like church. And watch out for who you give your heart to, remember, everybody ain't worth 20 years old waiting on two babies. When do January, when do February? All have friends, I'm imaginary. They know Daryl The Goat, legendary. Got a crazy be on like Bloody Mary. B-O-A-O-P-M, I do too much care. Daddy disappeared before I was born. Mom used to wonder why I call her parents. Cause it's some folks that can't relate and it go both ways. I was blown up, make it better, but I realized it really breaking more. Hey, bitch, still, you know I gotta rotate. 200 let them know you gotta give me more cake. They had me tripping, thinking that my whole face. Told her I love her, she responded, okay. Cause she be thinking I be switching up. I'm jet mature, I got no safety, ain't no glitching up. It got a dick like porn. That nigga pussy caught him picking up a bally on. Heart cold, but outside it's warm. Still long like Chris Bosh's arm. Every night I pray. Wonder why God had to say AJ.
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm super excited for that record, man. But yeah, if you don't know who Daryl The Goat is, make sure you follow that nigga on social media, man. DERRO The Goat. But yeah, like I said, just working on this project, it really excites me mainly because prior to this Daryl project, I never really worked with singers. And I know Daryl is a rapper, but he has a lot of melodies in his music. I mean, going into the project, I was a little bit nervous just mainly because the tracks I produced prior was like super grimy, super, you know what I mean, hip hop, soulful samples. And this was something completely different. Like even with the singing, like I had only produced for like 3 or 4 R&B singers or just singers in general. So I was kind of skeptical on the idea, but I was eager to do it. You know, I'm always trying to take on a new challenge and you know what I mean, trying to conquer the next shit, the next sound. Um, so the record, this was, I think the Long Live AJ track was the first record that we cooked up. And once we did that one, I looked at Laveau, I'm like, yeah, this shit's fire. This is the sound. And after that, it was just like nonstop, song after song after song that we was knocking out. And then here we have like a whole album. We got more than that. We got like like damn near 3 albums worth of music. Based off of the pace that we've been working at, that's what the count is looking like, man. But yeah, man, shouts out to Daryl the Goat. What's the next topic I want to get at? Oh yeah, so like I was saying, man, I almost lost track. It reminds me of when I first started in this game, man, and just the energy that I had, and just the feeling that I felt, just the excitement that I felt, man. A lot of y'all don't know, man, but the first person to offer me a record deal in this industry is Richard Paul. You know what I mean? If you never heard of Richard Paul is, well, I know you've heard of him. He is LeBron's agent. He's a sports agent. You know what I mean? One of the biggest in the world. Matter of fact, before we get into this whole story, shouts out to Rich Paul. He just dropped his official shoe, man. He like the first sports agent with his own shoe deal. Like he signed a shoe deal with New Balance. It's a New Balance 550. Crazy, man. It's even crazier because it's crazy because I know dude, but it's even crazier that it's like we from the same city, and that shit just don't happen often. So the fact that he made it happen, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm talking about the same Rich Paul that's, you know what I mean, LeBron's agent, is dating Adele. It's crazy, man. But the story on that is Richard Paul was the first person to offer me a record deal / production deal. I was in a group at the time. I wasn't rapping. It was a rapper, and I was the producer / DJ. We were a duo. So if you ever heard of if you remember the group Gangstar, that was like one of the groups that we kind of mimicked ourselves after. And the name of our group was called The Wrong Guys. You can look it up on YouTube. It's like The Wrong Guys. Wrong Guys is one word too. So and then Wrong Guys is one word. We got a couple music videos. It's old as hell, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I was in a rap group called The Wrong Guys. The rapper that was in the group, before we formed the group, he had already had a solo deal with the record label, which was called Dream Life Productions. That was Richard Paul's record label, his production company, Dream Life Productions. And the other artist that he had was this guy from Cleveland. Well, everybody was from Cleveland. It was a dude named Al Fats, aka Fat Al. It was another guy named King Chip the Ripper. It was a group called Royalty Camp. Pretty much anybody that was somebody on the rapping side was affiliated or signed to this production company, to this record label. And in high school, I saw that shit and I wanted to be a part of it. I had already knew my rap partner in the group, Skeen. That was his name, Skeen Diggs. I had knew him prior. Like we kind of grew up together and we did music together when we was super young, but we just separated over the years. But I saw him again, and when I did see him again later on in life, he was signed to Dream Life. So I'm like, okay, let's pick up where we left off at. And that's exactly what we did. So that's kind of like what ushered me in the door over at Dream Life Productions, man. And that's when I met Richard Paul. Okay, so that's what this story is about on episode 1 of the Get Connected podcast. All right. So I cook up this whole album, essentially, this whole mixtape with Skeen Diggs, and I don't think we even had the name The Wrong Guys yet. It was just me producing for Skeen Diggs, and it caught the ear of Rich Paul, even though Skeen Diggs was his artist. It's not like, you know, he was listening to dude's music every day or nothing like that. He didn't really know what dude had going on. You know, I think they kind of was out of contact for a little bit. But when me and Skeen cooked up this music, this mixtape, that's when Rich Paul kind of tuned back in and was like, okay. Because I think the main artist he was pushing at the time was Al Fats, Fat Al. That was the biggest shit in Cleveland. So that's where his attention was at. So when we cooked up this mixtape, he was like, okay, cool. I got another artist ready to go. And he coming with his producer, DJ. Okay, cool. So I was excited. I mean, I knew who Rich Paul was. I mean, I knew he was LeBron's agent. I knew he ran a nightclub downtown Cleveland called The View. That's a whole another story, man. The View was such a big deal. This was Rich Paul's club. This was such a big deal. LeBron used all the basketball players used to come to this club, man. Everybody know about this shit. But I remember being a kid, like, not 16. I was like 17, and me and my homies, we was all underage. And we used to stand outside of the club, and the doorman would let us in after a certain hour. He knew we was underage, but we wanted to get in so bad and just see what was going on, see what all the commotion was about, because everybody was talking about that club. You know, I mean, all the chicks that we went to school with was there on Sunday night, even though they was underage, but they was coming to school on Monday like, yeah, we was at the View, and LeBron was there, and so we had to see that shit. So the fact that I'm now doing business with Rich Paul kind of was like surreal to me. So I remember the first time meeting him, he was actually rapping at the time too. Even though he was running the record label, he was rapping too. So he ended up pulling up to the crib, with my mom and dad's crib. And he pulls up, he has the icy blue Range Rover. I never seen nothing like that before. The thing that blew my mind about it is the fact that we were so close in age. But he was like doing big shit. He was like a young millionaire nigga. I'm like, damn. He pulled up to the crib. Shit's serious. So we came in and we immediately started working on music. I'm playing him all the shit that I produced for Skeen Diggs. He's rapping on my beats. I actually got a couple songs I produced for him. They're on YouTube floating around somewhere. Shortly after that, he invites me out to his crib. This the shit that blew my mind. He invites me out to his crib. He's having like a barbecue or something like that, like just like a kickback, and all the Dream Life artists are there. Everybody's having a good time, and it just blew my mind because it was like we're so close in age, but it's like, God damn, this is a big ass mansion. Like, and I remember he had a recording studio in the basement, and we ended up going down there and working on music, and we knocked out a few joints. Them bitches was slamming too. But shortly after that session, he presented me with a contract. It was a production deal. And I was this close to signing it, but I ended up not signing the deal. Yeah, I ended up not signing it. It's not that I didn't want to. I really did. You know what I mean? Because I really fuck with the music that was being made over there. But I put it to you like this. This is what really made me solidify my opinion of not signing the deal. We ended up putting together the mixtape. We, as in me and the artist Skeen Diggs that was signed to Dream Life. We put together a mixtape and we released it under Dream Life Productions. But when we finished it, we had a mixtape release party. And that's when shit got haywire. You know what I mean? Like when we had the mixtape release party, it was just a bunch of weird shit going on. Like we didn't get our music played at our release party, you know, even though we were part of this production company. It just almost made it seem like, I get it, we're the low man on the totem pole, but I thought at the very least he could have played some of the joints from the mixtape. And also when we got the mixtape printed up, the covers, I came out of pocket for the covers, which wasn't a problem. I wasn't tripping on that. But I was super young, so I had limited resources. I had limited knowledge. I really didn't know the proper way of going about it. I was so young and naive with it. I went to Kinko's and got the covers printed up. I remember, and the lady looked at me and was like, "You sure you want to get your album covers printed here at Kinko's? You know how much it's gonna cost you?" And I remember it cost me a shit ton of money to get, like, oh my God. I remember I had two options. The lady said, you can get it printed in black and white, or I have this. She said it just like this. I have some pretty red construction paper. I said, fuck it. I'll take the pretty red construction paper. It actually ended up looking pretty decent for what we had to work with, but I wish I would have known better, but I was young. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that I was able to make it happen. We made it to the album release party, the mixtape release party. We didn't get no songs played from the mixtape. I don't even think we really got shouted out while we had the mixtape release party. We was just there looking crazy as hell. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't really see myself really fitting in here. Doesn't really seem to be a good place, a good home for my music. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what I mean, create my own situation, man. But at the end of the day, I am appreciative of the opportunity just because I learned a lot in that situation and I met a lot of different people. So big shouts out to Rich Paul, man. Like I said before, man, the first sports agent. It seemed like, I don't really watch sports, but it seemed like he's the first one with his own shoe, man. New Balance 550. I see they're on sale for $130. You know, if you could find them, they're $130. But I see the resellers is already going crazy. $350. Y'all niggas make me sick, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man. That's pretty much all I got to talk about on this first episode of my podcast, man. Let me know what topics y'all want me to hit on the second go round. Leave it in the comments, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. I don't do this podcast shit often, man, but we here now. We about to do this shit regularly, man. But this is the first episode, like I said. Get connected.